let's make this little corn together, shall we? All right, I'm going to get you started on your corn. So we're going to go ahead and begin with a magic circle. And I will tell you as well that in the pattern I'm using a 4.5 size hook because my DK weight yarn I use for the pattern is a little bit heavier than the average DK weight. And I don't have any more of that one. So for this tutorial, I am going with just a DK weight and a size 3, in case you noticed that I'm using a different size hook. All right, so into our magic circle, we are going to crochet 8 half double crochets. And 8. All right, so go ahead and close up your circle. Pull on that tail. All right, so now we're going to do a row of puff stitches. So for the second row, we're going to do 1 puff stitch in each stitch around. So at the end of round 2, you'll end up with 8 puff stitches. And this is how you do a puff. Into that very first stitch, yarn over and insert your hook. Yarn over and pull up a loop. And into that exact same stitch again, we're going to do that same step. So we're going to yarn over and insert into that exact same stitch, yarn over and pull up. And then with all 5 loops on the hook, we're going to yarn over and pull through all of those. And that is your first puff. So we're going to do that 7 more times. So I'll do this next one with you again. So into this next stitch, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert into that same stitch, yarn over and pull up. So you have 5 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 5 loops. So continue that all the way around. All right, I'm on my last puff stitch here, so that is number 8. Just gonna kind of flip it so it's got the right side out. Tighten down my magic circle. All right, so there's round 1 and round 2. For round 3, we're going to do 2 puff stitches in each stitch around. And this is what that's going to look like. Go ahead and make your puff stitch in this very next stitch. And then into that exact same place, you're going to place 1 more puff stitch. It's like a puff stitch increase. Okay, so you repeat that all the way around. So 2 puff stitches in each stitch. So at the end of this round, you will have 16 puffs. All right, so there's round 3. So I have 16 puff stitches around. You can kind of start seeing the tip of the corn coming together here. For round 4, we're going to place 1 puff stitch in each stitch around. So you'll also have 16 stitches at the end of this next round. (16 stitches around). Okay, so for round 5, we're going to increase just slightly for our last increase around. We're actually just going to increase it by 2 stitches. So we're going to do 1 puff stitch in the next 7 stitches, and then we'll do a puff increase in the 8th stitch, and then we'll do that 1 more time. So we're going to do that twice around. So 7 puffs. And then a puff increase in this 8th stitch. So 2 puffs in the 8th stitch. 1, 2. And then I'll do that again, so 7 puffs, and then an increase in the last stitch of the round. Okay, I'm on my last stitch. I'm going to do a puff increase here, so 2 puffs in this same stitch. And there you have it. Okay, so now what you're going to do is several rounds of just 1 puff in each stitch around. So you're doing the length of the corn, and then there's just a few rows at the end to decrease quickly on the bottom of the corn. And there you'll have it. So go ahead and follow the written pattern for the rest now that you know how to puff your way around. And then we will do the husk together. All right, my friends, let's make this corn husk together. So I'm going to give you a quick visual. I got one started here. What I'm going to show you is how to start your husk in this overlapping way. So there's going to be 3 husks that come off of the stem. So we've got the stem completed already, and this is where I'm going to start this husk tutorial for you. And we are going to make 3 of these husks. All right? So picking up right where you left off, we have just completed round 7, and we are going to crochet in the next 12 stitches through the back loop only. So we're going to switch to half double crochets, and we're going to make 12 half double crochets through the back loop only. So here is your next stitch. We're going through this back loop for 1. We're going to do that for 12 stitches across. And 12. Okay, we're going to chain 1 and turn. So for the next 4 rows, you're simply going to place 1 half double crochet in each stitch across. So this is going to be rows 9 through 12, and you'll end up with 5 rows of 12 half double crochet. You're simply going to place 1 half double crochet in each stitch across, turning at the end of each row. Okay, so we've just completed round 12. So now you have 5 rows of half double crochet. So you're going to chain 1 and turn. In this next row, we're going to decrease by 2 stitches. So we're going to decrease over the first 2 stitches of this row and the last 2 stitches of this row. And you're going to be doing this as you build onto this husk. You'll be doing a decrease row followed by 2 rows just straight across, a decrease row followed by 2 rows straight across, and you're going to repeat that all the way up until you have 1 stitch left. So here's what that's going to look like. So we're going to do a half double crochet decrease over these first 2 stitches. And then we're going to place 1 half double crochet in each stitch across all the way up to the last 2 stitches of this row. Okay, so I have 2 stitches left. I'm going to place a half double crochet decrease over those 2 stitches. Okay, chain 1 and turn. Now I'm simply going to do 2 rows across. So there's 10 stitches at this point. So we're going to do 10 stitches across, chain 1, turn, 10 stitches across. Okay, so those are your 3 repeat rows. So basically what you're going to do is this next row, you're going to turn, you're going to do your decrease again. So decreasing over the first 2, half double crochet across, and then decreasing over these final 2 stitches. And you'll turn, you'll do 2 rows without any decreasing, and then you'll have another decrease row. So you're going to repeat those 3 rows all the way up until your very last stitch. So you're going to have a row with 2 stitches left. You're going to turn and you'll decrease those 2 stitches into 1 stitch, and then you will be done, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and finish this husk, and I will meet you back at the end of that, and then I will show you how to join to add your second husk. Here we are. So you got your first husk complete. I haven't weaved in my end yet, but this is what it's going to look like. And now let's get going on our second husk. So you can see along the back here, for round 8, you used the back loops only, and what that did was it left the front loops available. So these are those 12 front loops, so you'll be using those for your second husk and your third husk. You'll use half of them for one of them and half of them for the other one. Okay, so here's how we're going to begin. So starting with the back here, what you're going to do is you're going to be using 6 of these loops and 6 of the regular just loops from your round 7. So start in this next available stitch and count back by 6 stitches, and that's where you're going to begin, so you can start going in the same direction. Okay, so we're going to count 6 stitches backwards from the edge of this husk here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is the one that we are going to insert our hook and rejoin our yarn for our second husk. Get my yarn in here. Okay, so just bring your yarn up. And then we're going to do rows 9 through 27 again. So the only thing that'll be different is that your row 9 of this husk was all through the back loops. Well, the first row of this husk, you're going to have 6 half double crochet through both loops. So don't forget that one that you just rejoined in. So you're going to make your first half double crochet there. And then the next 5, again, just going right along here through both loops. Okay, so you've got 6 stitches just right along that row. And then your next 6 are going to be made through the back loops here. I'm sorry, it would have been the front loops from round that we left over after round 8. Okay, so we're going to go right under this one loop like this. Again with a half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now you're going to continue on with your second husk. You just repeating all of these rows. I just wanted to show you that first row because it's a little bit different and you'll see how it overlaps. So I just tuck this one down and just do my rows. Okay, so that's your first row there, and then when you're done with the second husk, you are going to come back. And you'll see here again, going in the same direction, you've got 6 more loops and 6 more stitches here. And that is your first row of your third husk. So when you're done with this one, you're going to come back and you're going to rejoin your yarn in this loop. So the first 6 stitches of your third husk will be through these loops, these front loops that were left over after round 8. And then your second grouping of 6 stitches for that first row will be in these ones. Okay, so you'll be coming all the way back up this and working back this way for your third husk. So I hope that gives you a visual. I think you can complete that from here, and I will show you what that looks like when I am all done, and we'll put it all together. If this video was helpful for you, please click the like button below and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget to sign up on my website, offthebeatenhook.com, so we can keep in touch and where you'll be the first to know about new patterns, resources, and video tutorials. See you next time.